What is going on, guys? It is FaZe Simp here, and today I'm going to be giving you another recap of a tournament. This time I'm going to be recapping Major 3. I'm not going to be going into incredible detail like I normally do. I'll probably just take some bullet points of things that I kind of noticed when I was watching all the matches back and just, you know, tell them to you guys. So without further ado, let's get straight to the video. So to kick off the Major, we played against Toronto, you know, the home team. And, you know, it was definitely an experience. I feel like this Toronto Major in general was a lot of fun. It was the first time we had, like, a real big stage this year, I feel like. You know, the esports arena is one thing, but we've been there so many times, it's, like, boring to go. Not boring to go there, but it's, like, you know, it's nice to go to new cities and new venues, and it's just a fun experience to do, so... yeah, the Toronto Major was just super fun. So the first map against Toronto was Bow Cage, and you know, this is a map that has been one of our bread and butters this year. And honestly, I don't really know why these guys kind of challenge us on. I feel like a lot of teams have to make a choice of either challenging us on Gavutu or Bow Cage. And most teams choose Gav, so I don't know why these guys really chose Bow Cage. But I think one thing that I noticed about Toronto is that they make all their Bow Cages very mixed. It doesn't matter who they play for the most part. And it's honestly the same one like this, you know, there wasn't a lot of game clock left, and we only won by about 50 or 40 points. So it was 200, 250. And yeah, it was a nice, smooth first map of the tournament dub to, you know, start the weekend. So hope we'll know we are going to map 2, which was Desert Siege. And all of our searches have been either very hit or very miss, and never really in between. So this was one of those misses ones where we kind of just got slammed, you know. First search of the weekend. It wasn't anything to really stress about, but we did end up losing it 6-1 or 6-0, and it wasn't really that close. But yeah, got slammed that map, and you know, going into a map 3 Tuscan control. So this control was very strange, I guess you could say. We started off by losing our first defense, and losing your first defense is kind of, you know, it's detrimental to what you're trying to do. You definitely don't want to be losing rounds, but if you're losing defenses, it's specifically off the rip, it's not good. You know, we have a lot of mental fortitude. We didn't chalk it, and we ended up bringing it back. You know, we were down 0-2. We lost our offense, so we were down 0-2. And yeah, we started bringing it back round by round. Next round we had a defense. We won that. You know, we're not losing 2 defenses in a single map, and we didn't. So we ended up winning the defense round 5. Tyler Beasy was having his goddamn way. And now we are up 2-1 going into a Tuscan Hardpoint. So Tuscan Hardpoint, we're pretty good at Tuscan Hardpoint. I feel like our biggest issue on it is just P1s. And I'll definitely be talking about this more throughout the video, but P1s are the downfall of the tournament for us. We usually have a good lead on Tuscan, and then we just let teams either get Churchill or P1 and get the full 60 and bring it back. But we ended up not doing that this one. MC was having his way. I think we had a streak to break the P1. And yeah, I mean, this is one of the few times in our Tuscan Hardpoint matches we did a good job of early rotating and, you know, kind of just making things go our way. So we did end up winning this map, and we took the series 3-1. We smoked the hometown heroes first round into winners round 2 against LAT. Really quick, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for the support last video. You know, the last video is doing pretty well considering I haven't been uploading as much as I've wanted to this year. But nevertheless, you guys always do be supporting, so I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. So going to the LAT series, you know, this is another situation where teams had to choose whether they wanted to play us on Bow Cage first map or Gav first map. And, you know, they ended up choosing Gav. So they vetoed Bow Cage on us. We picked Gav, and map 1 was Gav. So going into this, we were super confident. I feel like LAT is one of those teams we always play pretty good against. Even last year in Cold War, I feel like, I don't know, it was just a team we always matched up well against. And yeah, it's not the same team, but like, you know what I mean. Went into map 1, Gavutu. We lost the break, which doesn't happen often. Maybe in matches it does, but it doesn't happen often in scrims. And honestly, after the break, we kind of just, it was kind of a smoke show, I feel like. We played in this map a ton during stage 3 because, you know, like I said, teams have to choose whether they want to play Bow Cage or Gav, and every team's been picking Gav against us because, I mean, our team is scary on Bow Cage, to be fair. The second P1, we ended up rotating to and having a full 60. And, you know, I feel like, I don't know if I've said this a lot, but a lot of the maps in Vanguard, the second P1 is usually a money hill, in my opinion. And, you know, you look at a lot of the maps, Berlin is a money hill P1, Gav money hill P1 if you get kills. Like, all you need is 1 or 2 kills and all these become money hills. Bow Cage isn't a money hill. And I mean, Tuscan money hill, bang, look, 3 out of the 4 hardpoint maps, you're literally getting a full 45 seconds if you just do the right stuff. And yeah, we were just in control of the whole map. Took that map 1-0. and now we're going into a Bocage S&D. So this Bocage S&D, I feel like there isn't really much to say about it. This one was also a smoke show. We ended up 6-0ing him this map. One of the big reasons I think we did is because we got a lot of first bloods. And even if we were getting traded out from the first bloods, we were still doing a good job of, you know, using our numbers and out trading them. We won the map 6-0, and we went up 2-0 in the series. So going into map 3 of the LAT series, it was another Gavutu control. And I don't know, us on Gavutu anything is pretty dominant. And I don't know, we kind of showed it again this map. The game ended up crashing while we were up 2-0. And I mean, this didn't really affect anything because I don't think any streaks were really in play. But, you know, we were on a defense. We loaded back up into the lobby, spawned back in, and we ended up 3-0ing them in the GAF control. And we ended up 3-0ing them in the series. And this was a super, you know, good confidence booster for us going into the next series because we played in Seattle. And, you know, Seattle has been one of the probably best teams in the game, whether or not the results show it so far. So, yeah, winners, quarters, winners round 3. I don't know what it is, but it's against Seattle. We ended up playing another Bocage again, and you know the way Bocage goes. Nothing crazy was going down. It was a back and forth battle, especially because I think us and Seattle are the two best Bocage teams right now. And I mean, we just ended up winning a close map. You know, I think it was a 20 or 30 point win. And that's kind of how Bocage goes. So up 1-0 going to the Berlin S&D. So, you know, this Berlin search, our search and destroy, like I said before, is still very hit or miss. At this stage at least. And against Seattle, they do a really good job kind of dragging out rounds and letting other teams make mistakes. And I don't know, I was kind of just having, you know, I was popping 2-piece after 2-piece after 2-piece. But we were still going, you know, back and forth. This was a close game. I think it was 4-4. We went down 4-5, and then we made it round 11. Going to the round 11, Alec decided he was going to take over. And, you know, he got all 4 in the round. He got an ace. They were chowing him, and he wasn't missing. We went up 2-0 going to a Tuscan control. And, you know, this is where the series started to get a little iffy. So this map 3, Tuscan control, wasn't really anything crazy until round 11, to be honest. Like, you know, we were going back and forth with ticks. We probably should have won one of the offenses, I think. But, you know, either way, it was just two good defensive teams kind of holding the point, which brought us to round 5, and we had defense round 5. So during the defense round 5, you know, we kind of just gave up the map control. We started playing a little bit slow. We started letting them do whatever they wanted. And, you know, we let them do the play they wanted to do. They got 1 or 2 dead. Or no, they didn't get 1 or 2 dead. They got 1 or 2 dead. They rented a point, and then they got the other 2 without anyone dying. And they just 4-stacked it. And you only have really 1 shot to do anything once they're 4-stacking because there's such little time, especially because of where you're spawning back church, that I don't know. It seems like it's gonna take forever. But yeah, we ended up losing it. And, you know, that brought us to 2-1 in the series. We're still up, but it wasn't the end of the world yet. So going to map 4, it was Tuscan Hardpoint. And, you know, this is the beginning of the downfall of our Tuscan Hardpoint during this event. We are so good at this map, besides the 2nd or 3rd P1 and like 1 or 2 of the Churchills. And it's every time we throw one of those every time and we get full 60'd on them. And especially the P1s, I feel like is probably the biggest problem because P2 is the biggest money hill in the game on Tuscan. But in this one, you know, we were having, I think we were up like 100. We were up like 190 to like 80. And they put together like a P5 into a P1 into a P2. But yeah, we ended up losing this map through a 100-point lead. Unlucky. And now we're going to a map 5 Siege. And I don't know. Out of all of our S&Ds, Siege has probably been the one we've looked at the worst in matches. But I wouldn't say we're worse at it more than we are like at others, though, if that makes sense. I feel like we're good at all the searches the same. So yeah, going to the map 5 Siege, you know, we're confident going to every map, but you know, we were looking pretty bad at Siege this weekend. I think we have a really big problem on Siege of just getting blooded. And, you know, I mean, I said it like that's our problem on all the maps when we do lose them, but it's the truth. I mean, we die so fast sometimes that plays can't even develop on the map. We can't drag things out. And, you know, once you're in 3v4, like a good team like Seattle, they're always going to be next to each other. They're always going to be playing the man-up situation. I don't even think this map 5 was close, to be honest. I think we got slammed like 6-1 or 6-2. I had a pretty shitty map 5. I think I went like 1-7 or something. And we ended up losing that series. You know, we got reverse swept, unlucky. But, you know, shit happens. It's not the end of the world. We still got losers finals against Toronto. That's exactly what we did. Losers finals against Toronto. So going to map 1 against Toronto, it was a Bocage. And, you know, this was, I think, this was the one where we slammed them. I think the first one was where we went back and forth. But this one, you know, we were just firing all the cylinders. You know, we had a match a little bit before they had a match. So everyone was kind of just shooting straight. And I feel like throughout this tournament, we were really developing a lot of the playstyle we wanted to have. To be honest, I feel like around this losers finals, like winner or losers finals, grand finals area is where we really started to like click with each other and like understand what we have to do on the map, if that makes sense. But yeah, map 1, MC fried. He slammed them. We slammed them. Up 1-0 going into a Berlin S&D. So going to this Berlin S&D, you know, it was one of those maps where things just weren't going our way. I think we went down 0-5 really fast, I think. But, you know, they didn't have streaks really, I don't think. And, you know, it wasn't the end of the world yet. You know, we were just taking it round by round, and we ended up bringing it back 4-5. And I don't know, I feel like we had a weird play call for the round, for the 4-5 rounds, especially because MC had a glide. But, you know, overall, we went down 0-5 in a hole, and we couldn't expect much, so we ended up losing that map 6-4. And, you know, 6-4 definitely looks a lot better than 6-0. We ended up losing the Berlin, and the series is now tied 1-1. And this brings us to a Tuscan control. We were playing a lot of Tuscan control this weekend. I don't think teams really want to play us on Gav anything because of how dominant we've been looking on it. But I think all of our controls are in a pretty decent spot right now. Even though we, like, throw them a lot, I think we're still pretty good at them. You know, we played normal control after that. We ended up winning both of our defenses, and we ended up winning 3-1. You know, nothing too crazy happened in the map. We just won an offense and played good D. And now we're up 2-1 going into a Tuscan hardpoint. During this Tuscan hardpoint, we started pretty slow. I'm pretty sure we were down like 50 to 60 points for the first couple of hills. Or not 50, 60, probably like 30, 40 during the first couple of hills. But you know, nothing to the world. We were making the map mixedy. Tuscan hardpoint has a very good like chain potential of hills. You know, just like Seattle did to us. You know, you can chain 2 to 3 hills back to back to back, no problem. And, you know, even though we started slow on this map, we ended up doing that to Toronto, and we brought it back. But even though we brought it back, you know, the same situation happened. We made P5 mixy, we didn't rotate the P1, and, you know, teams just hold the P1. And we ended up losing off the P1, and, you know, that brought the series 2-2 going to a map 5 Tuscan. So this game 5 Tuscan S&D, I feel like is really where our search and story started to look dominant. And I feel like we were just using a lot of our teamwork. We had a lot of good comms, like help me here, need this, you know, let's hit this out. And we were very decisive on what we were doing. And, you know, when you're doing all those things at, you know, the level we were doing it, I feel like there was no one that was stopping us in search. And, you know, we started the map with a 2v3, and it kind of just set the series up. I feel like we were in control of this Tuscan S&D the whole time. And I'm pretty sure we won it like 6-2, 6-3, and yeah, like I said, it didn't feel like we were going to lose the map at all the entire time. We were just in complete control. So we ended up beating Toronto twice, you know, sent them out of the tournament. And now we're back in grand finals for the 3rd goddamn time. So going to the finals against Seattle, we ended up playing Bocage first map. And, you know, like I said before, this is 2 of the best Bocage teams, in my opinion, going at it. And, you know, we didn't end up winning it this time. We started the map pretty slow. I'm pretty sure we got slammed the first couple of hills. And I mean, from there we started bringing it back, but once you're down on Bocage, you're like 50-60 down. It's very hard to kind of string time together because it's Bocage, if that makes sense. You know, you can spawn up a nade, or you can just run a hill and it will take 2 seconds to get there. But we ended up losing this first map, and in my opinion, this was a pretty big map to lose because we were coming off of a series right before this, and I don't know, it was also a Bocage. And I feel like if we're going to win it the first time, we definitely got to win it the second. But, you know, nothing to the world yet. It's just one map in a best of 9, you know. There's so many more maps not to worry about. So going to this map 2, this was a very close search and destroy. You know, I feel like the teams that were getting bloods were usually winning the rounds. And it was really just going back and forth. You know, it was 3-3, and then it was 4-4. And then it was going 5-5. And honestly, the only thing I feel like I can say about this map is if I just got one of the trades bottom grandmas when Tyler died in P3, just one of them, then we probably win that map, in my opinion. But I ended up shooting the guy that wasn't weak from Tyler, and I lost a gunfight, and, you know, that shit's tough. But that's how we lost the map, and now we're down 0-2. And, you know, still not the end of the world, but kind of annoying that the ways we lost these 2 maps. So going to this Tuscan map 3, you know, we were doing fine first round. First round we had offense, we got 5 ticks on B, or, you know, we got capped A, and we got 2 ticks on B, and that was a pretty solid offense. We probably should have won the round if we stacked. I think we were hopping off the point for a little bit, and if we stacked, we just would have won. But, you know, 5 ticks still wasn't bad. But We did end up having 2 offenses this map, and we lost our 1 defense. So we were down 2-0 and had to win an offense. And I think Seattle's the best Tuscan control team besides Optic, statistically. I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure I remember the casters gassing on Tuscan something. And we ended up getting 3-0 on the map, and now we're down 0-3 in the series. And, you know, this is where, in the back of your mind, you're like, all right, well, we got to end up winning one of these goddamn maps. And that's exactly what we started to do. Going to the map 4, it was Berlin Hardpoint. So during this Berlin Hardpoint, we lost a break. You know, when you lose a break, you probably give up around 20 to 35 seconds. And overall, we were just pretty slow on this first rotation. I mean, we were getting beat to P2, we were getting beat to rotations. But we were still making it scrappy. We were still making it mixy, you know. It wasn't like we were just chalking everything up. But during the second rotation, I think we were down like 60, 70. We really started to break, like turn up and start bringing it back. We had them in a demon trap for like, I think it was the P3 and the P2. No, the P3 and the P4. I'm pretty sure we had them in a demon trap. And we were just getting solid time. And, you know, this was a huge map to win. You know, especially since we were down like 60, 70 points. And being down 0-3 in the series, it was a huge confidence boost to just get back into the series, you know what I mean? 0-4, it seems like all hope is lost, even though it's not. But, you know, 1-3 is definitely a lot better. Going to the 5th map, though, it was Desert Siege. And, you know, us and Desert Siege don't have a very good connection at Major 3 right now. But, you know, like I said, with the Tuscan Game 5 against Toronto in Losers Finals, I feel like our search really took a turn after that map. So during this map 5, we were doing a really good job of being decisive and kind of just getting lots of first bloods. We weren't being too antsy. You know, we weren't making too many plays that didn't have to be made, and we were just really confident and relying on each other to do the right things, and it was just working out. I mean, overall, you know, anytime they planted it, we retook pretty fast. It was pretty solid, and I think we ended up winning that map 6-2 or 6-3. And, you know, for a Desert Siege Dubsky, you know, that's pretty fire for us. And any map right now is just super good for our confidence. So going to this map 6, it was Berlin Control. And, you know, overall, I feel like if we didn't throw this control and the Tuscan control, you know, we were in a pretty solid spot for this series. But overall, you know, we were up 2-0 in this Berlin Control. Won an offense, won a defense, and then things got flipped around. They won an offense, and then they won a defense, and then we ended up having offense round 5. They just did a really good job on their round 5 to just keep us in our spawn. We were mega trapped, and by the time we could even get out, we were down like 10 lives. So, and yeah, through that control 2, we were up 2-0, lost it, and now we are down 4-2 or 4-3 in the series. Hold on, let me see. I think it's 4-2 in the series. So going to this map 7, it was Tuscan S&D. And like I said, we were feeling super good in our S&Ds, and we're playing Tuscan now, which we were looking really good at against Toronto before. And, you know, everyone had their own little play-making spot. I feel like everyone is just so confident in each other in our searches right now, to where, you know, one person can do something, the other person can just follow them up if they need, or not. You know, no one has to do anything too crazy. You know, they're letting the one person make his play, and then they're chilling while the other people are making their play. And it's super good to do that, you know? It's super good to have everyone on the same page in search and making sure you're just wanting to do the same things. This was another search, though, where we won pretty convincingly. There wasn't really a time where I thought we were going to lose this map. I think we ended up winning like 6-3 or 6-4, though. And, you know, even though we were starting to get close, there was never a time where I was like, damn, like, we're throwing right now. It was just kind of like, you know, search. But, you know, series 3-4, we brought it back a little bit. But we are going into a map 8, which is Tuscan Hardpoint. You know, we're so good at this map. I swear we get like at least 50 to 70 point leads on most people on this map after the first like 5 hills, I'd say. After the second P2, I'd say, we are usually up. And, you know, if it wasn't for this stupid P1, we would be fine. You know, we were setting up good breaks. Sometimes our hill pressure is weird on Churchills, though. I feel like we don't hold when we should, and we hold when we shouldn't. I mean, overall, we were just feeding a ton of kills this map. We were down, and, you know, we fed them 2 glides. So if we even wanted to hold the P1, they had the streaks, and it was kind of just chalked. And they kind of smoked us on this map, and we got fucking second again. I feel like the biggest reasons why we lost this event was really just Tuscan. You know, I mean, we threw the controls, definitely, but I mean, if we could just win Tuscan Hardpoint, we would be fine. But like I said, we're also tossing controls left and right. I mean, we could be 3-0ing everybody if we could just close out Tuscan Hardpoint and close out at control. But yeah, overall, guys, we got second man. Kind of sucks. I know this video might be a little late, but hopefully it's, you know, it's better to do it now than never. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. as you know, I'm doing a 50K kind of Q&A. I'm going to leave the tweet to reply to in the description of this video. Just make sure you reply a question if you want me to respond to it. And yeah, that's all, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.